Hey, Bob here again. Okay, so the part 4 of carving the Hauser 2 style braces for this Hauser 2 copy that I'm making. And here it is, voila, the finished parabolic shape of each brace. The center one is just over 7 millimeters high. 3 and 5 are 6.5 millimeters high. 2 and 6 are 6 millimeters high, and 1 and 7 are just above 5 millimeters high at this point. These have all been sanded through the grits from 120 to 150 and ending up at 220. Most of the sanding doesn't matter because these are going to be pointed and triangulated. But the first step before triangulation is to get the parabolic shape. And so they diminish in height as they go toward the edges. The middle brace is 5 millimeters wide, and the rest of the braces are all 4 millimeters wide, okay? I go a little wider on the center brace, mainly for the center glue joint of the top, just to give a little more reinforcement to that joint. And I used to go 7 millimeters wide on many Desmond guitars, just on the center one. I would do the center one at 7, these two at 6, these two at 5, and these two at 4. I would, graduate the width of each brace from the widest in the center to the narrowest, more narrow as you go up. But anyway, this Hauser copy isn't like that. So here we are. The braces are all shaped in the parabolic way. Each brace that goes over the bridge pad is cut out in a semicircular shape, extending beyond the actual bridge pad in order to get it all to fit in nicely. And this is just as my Hauser 2 is. The only difference, the Hauser 2 bridge pad is a little thinner. It's probably about this thin. Mine's 1 1/4 because that's how wide my bridges are. The Hauser bridge pad is a little narrower. Okay. And that's it. The next step will be to draw a center line on each brace, which I do just by scribing using my side of my fingernail. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just the approximate center of the brace, like that. And I'll do each brace. And once I do that, I will carve each brace like so. I wasn't going to do this in this video, but I certainly don't mind doing it. I'll carve each brace to an A shape. And also feeling how the grain is cutting. And this is feeling pretty good. It feels like maybe going the other way would be better. I'm going slow here. I like the longer chisel for this. I'll bring this all the way down to the tip. As you'll see here in a minute, like that. Same at this end. These feel like they're going to cut a little bit better from this direction, so let me try that. This is a 1/4 inch marples. And as far as the angle, I'm going pretty steep here. It's not a flat triangulation. Just do it by feel. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe the other way is better. Yeah, I think this is better, actually. I'm almost done with this side. Okay. Let me see what that looks like in the camera. It's kind of hard to see it. I'm looking at through the camera right now. And then I'll do the other side. Sometimes in order to see it, I need to turn some of the lights down better. I've got a bunch of lights on right now. I'm doing the opposite side of the fan brace now. I don't like the way it's cutting, so I'm going to come from the other way. Quarter-inch Marples blue-handled chisel. Most of us have a set of these. These are good chisels. Made in England. I believe they're Sheffield steel. I like the Marples going in this direction because they're the handle is shorter. And although I like a longer chisel, up here I've got some clamps and stuff in the way, so I need the shorter handle. I'm getting close now. Each one takes maybe 10 minutes to do. And I like to get away from what I'm looking at, just to take a look. I can see that maybe a little bit more here. And I will sand these with 220. boring to watch, I'm sure. But I'm only going to do one here. Okay. I'll vacuum that up after I turn the camera off, but just get some of this junk out of the way. It's a very delicate touch. It isn't that hard to do. After I triangulate them, I will take my little plexiglass sanding block, which is right here, and I'll finish it off with 220, but for a moment I'll just do like this. I'll do the edge of it's hard to see it because of the light right now. The plexiglass works great because it's more exact than wood. And I'll do the other side over here. I'm not touching the top. Not on purpose anyway. And I'll finalize this after the camera is off. It's funny, I can see the other side better than I can see this side. And sometimes I'll throw a little flashlight in there. This one is fading. Here we are. Just easier to see. Okay, that's with 150. I'll do the same thing. I smooth it out with 150 and then I'll finish it off with 220. Here's the 220. And here's the 150. Okay, and here's the sanding block. There's some old paper backing on it to protect it, but I just use the other side. And here's 220, and the flashlight actually does help me in this case. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm pretty much ambidextrous. Yep. What do you want for $10? I think I got three of these for $10. There. Find a place where it looks good. Okay, and then the final step is to just do the ends. I'll erase the pencil mark later. And I have a white eraser that I'll use to get rid of the pencil line. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I do to each brace. I'll do a little more final sanding. And I got some stuff under there. Okay, so it's been triangulated and it's been tapered. So we're reducing weight by triangulating it. And I also believe triangulating it makes the sound a little bit brighter, if that's what you want, versus rounding it over. But I don't have any scientific evidence of that. Just a hunch. Okay, so there's the middle one done. I've got 6 more to do, and that's it. So the next time I see you on this top, I will be gluing in the harmonic bar, the curved harmonic bar. Bob signing out. Have a nice day.